Once you turn 18, it feels like you have to have your whole life together. But what if you don't get it together? What if you feel lost in life? Like where you thought you'd be is so far from where you are right now? It turns out we have a lot of big questions. The what is the meaning of life kinds of questions, the ones that keep you up at night, wondering if anyone else feels the same way. So we started a vlog to ask those questions. Questions like, how do you even become a real life functioning adult? How do you find the friends and figure out what to even do with your life? We can't promise the answers, but let's figure it out together. We are a collective group of young adults finding life, seeking to make a collective difference with our collective influence. So, here we go. We're figuring out how you know what to do with your life and how relationships play a part in discovering your purpose. Oh, hi. Good morning. Today, we're taking a road trip. I'm so late. I literally am supposed to already be there, and I am still at my apartment. But today, we're taking a road trip. It's going to be great. I'm going to have to put on makeup in the car. I know, my hair looks crazy. I know. It's fine. Ooh. Today, we're road tripping to this really cool new park called The Gathering Place. We're hoping to have a lot of fun, have great conversation, and honestly, just build our friendships even more. While we were at The Gathering Place, we got to meet up with our new friend, Katie. She's in town from college visiting family, and we wanted to meet up with her. Guys, Katie is here. There, she made it. We'll see how being curious about her and being willing to open up will play out in this new friendship.
Leslie! Oh, she's right there.
Let's play tag.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've kind of been asking these big questions of people. We've kind of talked about like how you find friends and how you know who you are. And I guess what we're wondering today is like, how do you know what you're supposed to do with your life?
For me, I am a trial and error kind of person. And so really after college, it was getting in and exploring and starting with something and seeing what am I good at and what am I getting success with? What about for you guys?
I'm still just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do instead of, I'm not going to school, I'm not in serious relationships, I'm not having kids. So at times that's been difficult, just trying to be at peace with that, knowing that it doesn't matter how old I am or how long it took or whatever.
I did feel that pressure. And I can't even say, I was probably like 28 before I really had a good sense of who I am and what I want to do and where my passions are, because it is a lot of figuring it out. But there was that pressure by the age of 22 or 23. Like, you've graduated from college and now everything in your life is aligned. Your relationships, your job, your future is set for the next 80 years, There's that pressure. And so I had to break up with a lot of expectations. Because I think as we go through life, every day I'm like, okay, so what works now? Now what works? And it's just kind of a discovery process and realizing that in college and as a young adult of saying, oh, it's going to be a discovery process for my whole life, so I don't have to meet certain expectations now.
A common theme we've been hearing through this whole process is the need for finding people. It really is crazy how as we've found people this week, we've found so many great perspectives about all of these questions we've been asking. I also love what Melody said about breaking up with expectation and taking the pressure off of ourselves to have everything figured out. So much of the struggle we feel and even these questions we're asking are in hopes to make this huge life plan that we can stick to, but maybe it's less about figuring out everything at once and more of a step-by-step process that involves lots of other people. They said so much other great stuff about discovering what you want to do with your life. And then we got into relationships and things got really interesting. If you had to give some advice to single people who maybe think that they won't achieve their purpose until they're married, what would you say?
I would say don't wait. Start living out your purpose, and I think that the right person's gonna come along and just strengthen that in you. It's also really attractive to the person that you're wanting to be with too, is seeing someone live out their purpose.
I feel like when you're a Christian, there's already pressure for you to be dating, but then Christians make it even weirder. What relationship advice has been the best for you in your singleness, I guess?
I listened to a sermon not too long ago, and it's basically talking about enjoying and treasuring your single years, and that was something that I had never really heard of. I guess in college it was a lot of pressure of date, get engaged, get married. And last year I actually was set to do that, and then 3 weeks before the wedding we called it off. And so this last year has been a really intentional treasuring my time of singleness.
So how do you start taking off some of the pressure to like find this right person and to find this right job?
I think if we can always go back to who does God say that I am and what does God want for my life, it kind of helps us separate all the other expectations of realizing, oh, that's just something I've thought or something that they feel, but I know who I am in Christ, and that allows me to kind of break up with all that pressure.
I echo the relationship with Christ and knowing who you are in Christ, because it helps everything else melt away.
That reminds me of the phrase that you've said in the past, that like you don't have to do something epic to do something important. And it's like about these next steps, day by day, just the next right thing. That's really cool.
Well, Melody and Nicole, thank you guys so much for giving us this time and just imparting wisdom. I know just talking relationships, talking purpose, and making a difference in other people's lives was just so impactful for us, and so we just really thank you guys.
We're driving home from Tulsa, and we had so much fun hanging out, figuring out relationships and talking about this idea of just doing the next right thing. It was super awesome to hang out at the gathering place. We had so much fun. It was kind of ridiculous. It was like a chance for us to like break up all the heavy conversation and to really just like hang out and be friends. The really cool thing that happened at gathering place is we introduced our new friend Katie to the group, and it was so cool to see like how our group, from the moment they saw her, the moment like we like brought her into the group, already was like, okay, we're loving the people in front of us. We're being super curious about her. She is one of us just because she's here. We got to talk to Melody and Nicole, and they were fantastic. They let us like air out some of, the relationship laundry. They helped us process some things. But the really cool thing also is that Melody basically said exactly what Pastor Will said on our very first phone call. So like, it's coming full circle. Yeah, it's like, kind of sad that like we're winding down. Like it's hard to even think about, like, I actually really love these people. I have new friends now, and I didn't expect that to happen. So wow, it's all happening. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.